Let me hear you say ba 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 da ba ba, ba 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 da ba ba, ba 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 da, ba 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 da ba ba, ba 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 da ba ba, ba 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 da ba ba, ba da ba da. Crazy at this thing of love, just what I've been dreaming of. I can never figure out, oh, how you do the things you do. That's why I'm so in love with you. I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. If I met you in another life and you asked me to be your wife, with grace and a smile I say, yeah, always now and forever. You be my one and only lover. Cause I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba.
In Roger Williams Park, across the street from the tennis court, every other weekend, Saturday and Sunday, mostly every single Saturday for the summer, throughout the summer. So this is my small shop. I sell lashes, suitcases with waist beads, lip gloss, lashes, handling bracelets, waist beads, the lash pouches. I'm making bracelets right now at this moment. I just made 4. And I have a whole bunch of waist beads in this box right here. These are scrunchies. Literally, I have a whole bunch of varieties. Baby bracelets, this is what they look like. Healing bracelets, that's what they look like. And that's pretty much what I sell.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, welcome to Lieutenant Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. My topics for this morning are Liberian community associations in the Americas need to stay out of politics in Liberia. 2, a wind of revolutionary change is blowing through West Africa again. And 3, Dr. Prescod, community self-help, vocational baking school on the Buduburam refugee camp in Ghana. I had to get that off first. The temperature this morning is lower 60s in Rhode Island now, but we're supposed to be going up to the lower 80s today. Not too much humidity. I don't think there's much precipitation, if there's any at all. So check the news. Make sure you stay safe and dry and on the right side. Okay? And safety first. So you got my topics already. We need to deal with some issues in our community. And what better time to do it than now? Let me take a coffee break. And you hackers, leave my computer alone. People trying to hack my computer, man, I can't move my cursor. They're all over me, trying to stop my show. I don't know why, man. This show is blessed. You ain't going to stop it, except I stop it. And I ain't going to stop it. Amen. Let's move on. Take a coffee break and I'll be right back. We're back. As you can see from my board behind me, Mrs. Yacinda Martin Way is supposed to be the guest on my show on Tuesday morning at 6 o'clock because we have to deal with the issues in our communities. And what better place to start than now? Okay, my topic for the morning, Liberian community associations in the Americas need to stay out of politics in Liberia. This has been a consistent and continual problem with Liberian community association leaders. All our leaders try to, I wouldn't say all, because there are some people who are sincere, but the majority of our leaders try to use our community organizations as stepping stones to either antagonizing the government or seeking positions in the government by supporting them in their wrongdoings and everything else. And this was evident over the weekend in Providence, Rhode Island. It was evident. Here is a man who is a harbinger of violence in Liberia, a man who is in a tight struggle with the students because of his violent behavior, his leadership of thugs and criminals, calling them youth, and having them in a governmental party, the leading party of Liberia, to suppress any opposition to the president or to the government or whatever. And this was seen on July 26th, when the CDC, which George Weah came out and lied, said it's not a part of the CDC. And we all know it's a part of the CDC. Come out and threw stones at the university students and try to hurt them. You can't do that to our university students. Talk about found that out too. Talk about them found that out. Dole found that out. Now you coming to find that out too. That you cannot use force to suppress the protests and movements of our students. Long ago, I remember under Totman used to appeal to the parents. When the students start acting up in the school, he called the parents. He said, Totman was a corn. That guy really ruled Liberia like a corn, man. The students acting up, he would call all the parents together, said, y'all know Christmas coming. Y'all mess up with government. Totman would never have to talk to the students or anything. When he finished with the parents, by the time the students go home, the parents ready to flock you. What you demonstrating for? The presidency you might not demonstrate. You demonstrating. Wow, you're getting beaten. Because Totman finished cajoling the parents, telling them, no, you know Christmas coming, y'all mess up. Y'all will not get no gift for Christmas. Y'all will not get no money for Christmas. I will cut all the money off. And you know the people who don't talk about loyalties be getting Christmas all their lives. You cut Christmas off? No, you can't cut Christmas off. So we beat the student, we beat our children, and beat them into submission. Ask Liberian people. By the time you get home, your parents beating you, especially you who leading the demonstration, because most of the time our indigenous Liberian people never used to start and then protest or anything. It was mostly, and still is, the Congo people. The children, the disgruntled Congo people will get up and start protests. Marcus Matthew, all the people down the line that led protests too were led by the Congo people, disgruntled people who with the system. Our port, all the people. So they got, every time there's protests, you know who's leading it. But our indigenous people, although they know some of the educated children knew some of these things were wrong and were speaking out, but they were scared for their own safety because there were few in numbers that had assimilated into the system and could be heard across tribal lines. But they were scared to talk because when you talk red, all the boys who were talking against the government, Totman beat them, disgraced them. So people were scared. So the real people that could stand up to Totman were the people who were part of the system, whose children were part of the system and came back and were frustrated with the system, and they would stand up against Totman. But where did that take them? It didn't take them. One of the Barkers was successful on Toba because Toba was more lenient than Totman. Toba was sincere about change, but it's just that he was caught between the old guards and the revolutionary guards. He was caught between them, and he didn't know which way to turn because he himself was part of the old guards and were afraid to release too much to the new people. But how far could he go? That's where his dilemma started and began and ended. How far could you go? How far could you submit to the old guards of Totman or to the revolutionary zeals of Barkers and the new people? He tried. They wanted a two-party system. He gave them a two-party system. And that pissed some of the old guards off. Because they know when you get two-party system in a small country like ours, where majority of the people are illiterate, there could be serious problems. There could be a lot of killing. There could be a lot of fighting. There could be a lot of violence because the society is not mature and educated enough to deal with electoral processes in a mature and progressive manner. They're not. So we always revert to violence and people trying to get their way over another. Look at Nigeria and all the other African countries. There's something going on there where you got the organs that they come with their forces and election places and try to dominate it. You know? But it's just that, like everywhere else where you have democracy, it depends on the integrity of the leadership and people in power. That's why our system exists. That's why our system exists. But going on to our community association in their relationship to our government and politics in Liberia, it has been a problem in our community associations forever. Because everybody who comes to America has either relative or tied or consanguinity, blood relationship to some people in government. Some people in government supporting them in America. Our country is small. So the idea of patriotism, which was lost under Tubman, is still hard to regain because of the nepotism. Nepotism is one of the biggest problems in our country too. Everybody got some relative in government that they got to support. And when we all are related to somebody in some kind of government relationship, it's hard to stop corruption. It's hard to monitor corruption. Only the strong will of the leadership can change that. And we have not seen that since before Tubman. We have not seen Liberians stand up for truth, justice, and the rule of law since before William Tubman. Because when Tubman came in, everything was bribed. He bribed our whole society. And now we're suffering the same problem. And Liberians in America need to understand, especially you young people that are born and educated in America, especially educated in America from small. You do not understand the intricacies of the politics of the Liberian society. You people leading our community association have desires of returning home to work in government. When you leave your American jobs and things. But you got to understand, if you do not understand the Liberian politics and society, go home to work will cause you more problems than staying in America. Because your American ideology and practices are not the same in Liberia. And if you don't understand the transitional path you have to make to live in the Liberian society, you will either get frustrated, become very corrupt, and need to be disciplined. Either one of those. Either one of those. Because if you never led a nation before, if you never led Liberians before in the governmental setting, if you come to lead our community association and you cannot produce in the community, that's a problem. And the Liberian, our community associations in the United States of America are not producing. First, we had community associations that were striving. Now, our community associations are so divided along tribal and ethnic lines, and people trying to, for greed and money and position in power in government, all these going to impact our leadership in America. And the same thing transforms from here. It's transferred or transformed or whatever it is from here to Liberia. That's why nothing can be achieved in Liberia. Because the people who want to leave here and go to Liberia have not learned about leadership, have not learned about good governance. You can't come out of a cubicle working, just saying yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, and following orders, following directives and everything, and not making decisions, and just leave from here and go to Liberia and be expected to make decisions for a whole society. It can't work because you never tried it in America. You never worked with the Liberian Community Association with sincerity enough to raise the level of consciousness and standard of living of our people in this country. Some of us were doing it before, but nobody knows Liberian Community Association ready doing it now. Nobody ready doing it now. And if we in the United States of America are incapable of changing the lives and mentalities of our people here to cause us to live better, to enjoy mainstream America like American people. Some of us been here for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. We're citizens, but we're still living in our little communities. We don't go nowhere from work. We just come home. No, you can't enjoy American society like that. We can work, yes, but you got to take out time to understand and appreciate this society. There are so many good things in this society, but you cannot just live in your tight-knit community society, eating fufu, dumbo, gigba, and talking via basso and nima. And in America, you don't understand the greater American society. It's harmful. It's harmful. That means you never live in America. And these were the things when our leader of the Liberian Community Association, we brought to our people. We brought to our people. Because you got to take the people out of the community. You got to raise money to do things for the community. You got to give our people a sense of belonging to our community before you can even think about going out to Liberia. We live in this community. Our community associations are incompetent. The leadership incompetent. They're ineffective. Look at us in Rhode Island here. The other day they had a day celebration. None of us who really can help our community knew about it. They were honoring me. They were honoring Melvin Howard, and some other people. None of us knew about it. I saw Melvin at his wife's activity which I showed you the other day, and Sunrise Forever. Melvin walked in and said, Chesson, did anybody invite you to honoring ceremony? I said, no. He said, the people honoring us. And they never told us they're honoring us. I said, but that's how you guys do from Wisdom Good leadership. They will have a program and honor us in the program. And we hear people on all, they say, why you didn't come there? How will come there? Well, you never wrote us and told us, hello. People don't know how to write. If you got leaders in the organization don't know how to write letter to people, informing them of things that they're being honored, that they're being given honorary gift or something, how do people will attend? And this is a problem with our leadership. It demonstrates incompetence. It demonstrates illiteracy. If the leaders of the Liberian community in the United States of America honoring people and cannot write them and say you are being honored, can you please make sure you show up at the show program to receive your gift for your services? If you can't write the people, you just go and give gifts at the program and expect the people to be there. No, it don't work like that. You see, these are the deficiencies in the leadership of our community associations that cause us not to be united. All these people want to lead. They know nothing about leadership. They know nothing about leadership, but they come with their tribal ties and their tribal languages, because Alice Howard's supposed to be the leader of the Liberian community in Rhode Island. She was the last competent Liberian that ran for this position. And because of the tribal thing and because of the country Congo thing, all this kind of thing, they voted Winston Good. And because of the football thing, Winston Good, a football man too. So all the footballers voted for him. And this is what's killing our society. And we'll continue to kill our society because we're not joined with you. We're not follow incompetent people. We're not follow high school graduates. We can't do that. That's not what our people send us to school for. That's not what our communities try to educate people in our communities for, so we can take dummies and make them our leaders. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. That's not what Liberia for. But when you got a whole lot of immature children who have no patriotism for their nation, who have no love for their nation, and just want money and want to follow superstars and have no dreams for themselves, they do those kind of things. They do this kind of, and this is where we are today. So for us who want to change our society, especially us living in the diaspora, in the American diaspora, if we want to change our society, we must change our mentalities. We must change our mentalities. If we want to change our country, we must find a leadership that will bring us together in a leadership fashion to provide progressive and competent leadership for us in America, so that these things can transform or be transferred to our people in Liberia. by those who will leave this community and go back to Liberia. They will have a sense of true collective leadership, where everybody will pull their weight and not steal, not think about power, not think about their greed, their selfish greed. Because this is what's killing us. We got too many people with selfish greed in our midst. You know, everybody can't steal from government to get rich. If you're not innovative, if you can't find your own path to wealth, you can't come and steal from our people. No, you can't do that. Some of us sacrifice everything for our country, for the people we love. Even though they don't know what love is, some of us do. And the thing when we talk hard and tell them this is not right and we got to do this and that, we hit them, or we're not good for them, or we're not corrupt enough for them. Because many people tell like, oh, you just think like American people. Why do I think the American people? Because I grew up believing in what I learned in the book, believing that we can't steal from our country. Our country is our responsibility to build, to succeed, not to rob, to break down. That's how I grew up learning. And I believe in what I learned. I believe in it wholeheartedly. Why do you think I joined all those criminals in Liberia for money? My cousin Ben and I are one of the richest crooks in Liberia. Why do you think I'm not joining that damn criminal? I want to flog him and put him in jail for stealing from my country like that. All my relatives, they're stealing in my country. They don't talk to me. They don't watch my show because I tell them exactly what I want to do. I tell them exactly. I don't hide it from them. When you corrupt, you corrupt. When you bad, you bad. When the leadership is sick, it's sick. When people hate each other or jealous of each other, you can be family, friends. It destroys anything you do. You know? So you can't say I'm your family, then you're talking behind my back nasty things about me. And it can't work. And that's why I don't like all of that. I stay away from all of that. Because I think you're a nasty man. I will tell you you're a nasty man and stay away from you. I ain't going to deceive you. But when your own family and people who you love do that to you, how can you be around those kind of people? In the Bible, Jesus said, when your right hand offend you, cut it off. Jesus has already told us what to do. The Bible already told us what to do. So if you offend me enough to the point where I got to cut you off, you'll be cut off. Because I'm a Christian. I'm not here for nobody else but to serve the Holy Trinity. I'm not here for nobody else but to serve the Holy Trinity. The things I've done for people, I don't look for no payback. I don't even remember some of them. So things people do for me is pay back too. Because whatever people do to me, I pay it back. I pay it forward. So if you pay the forward to me, I pay forward to somebody else. And it's proof. Right now, I got a school in Ghana. The students, they're not paying 1 cent. They're not buying nothing. Nothing. It's totally free. That's the only free school in Ghana. Everybody call me and tell me, oh, Daddy, your school, the only free school in Ghana. We don't buy nothing. We bake, we sell, wherever we sell, we use it to replenish our supplies and things to keep the school going. So that's what we do. So let me end on this topic right now. Liberian Community Association, keep your hands out of politics. What happened in Rhode Island the other day is to show that people in our community still looking for positions in Liberia. The representative in Rhode Island, they go join political party in Liberia. I don't know if that's against the law in Rhode Island that you can be representative in Rhode Island and go join political party in Liberia and invite your political parties in to come here, who one of the most violent men in our country, to come here to speak and have our government officials and all the people invited to this activity. Is that right? I don't know. I'm not a politician. But anyway, all these people want to lead our community, looking for jobs in Liberia. This thing happening. You know this man committed violence in our country. You know this man sent thugs to stone our university students. Then you invite him to Rhode Island to meet our representatives to get citation as to go back to Liberia to say he's a representative of good governance. That's why the Liberian people in Rhode Island fought against it. People like Yosemite them and other people in all the other states were calling into Rhode Island and saying, no, the government can't go there. And none of our officials attended that thing out here. So we got to stand up against these people. And that's my case on this topic. Liberian Community Association, attend to the needs of our people. Attend to the needs of our people here. That's why you are formed. Not to follow the corrupt and evil government officials and parties in Liberia. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. We've been fighting against this thing for years, and you're still looking for jobs in Liberia using our community associations. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Let me take a break. I'll be back, my people. We got to put these criminals and community and supporters of these criminals where they belong. Okay? My second topic for this morning is a wind of revolutionary change is blowing through West Africa. If you all know about 1980 or ask your parents who know about 1980, before the 1980 coup in Liberia, there were coups in other countries in West Africa. It started off from Central Africa and slowly the coups started coming towards West Africa. When it got to Ghana, that's when I warned my father as a political science student who knew my people and country were copycats. Whatever happened in other African countries will end up happening in our country. That's how it goes. I warned my father. I saw that. As soon as I saw that happen with the coup in Ghana and all of that, I got afraid because I wanted to know what happened to the families of those government officials who were executed. What happened to them? My father, government official. I see coup happening in Ghana and Nigeria and all these things coming closer to Liberia. I know copycats are in my country. Once something happens, people can be scared in my country, but once they see it happen in 1, 2 African countries, they will try in Liberia. So, the same thing happened in 1980. That's why the first time I warned my father that there would be a coup in Liberia. Because when the thing reached Ghana, I said, no, too many coups happening in West Africa now. Let me go warn my father, then they need to start tightening up security because people in Liberia will try it. If it works in Ghana, why it can't work in Liberia? So I told my father then, he said, oh, we got Fanny Dempster, we got this. So I left it alone. That was the first time I told him there will be a coup in Liberia, or there will be an attempted coup in Liberia. Just from seeing it happening in other countries. Now today, 40 years later, with the same president as Sami Kanye do, I see the same thing brewing in West Africa. The people rising up against the government and demanding that the leaders leave the government. It happened in Sierra Leone. If it happened in Sierra Leone, it will happen in Liberia. Tired and not. And trust me, as long as it's happening in like Sierra Leone and the Sierra Leonean people were successful in driving the president out of the country and taking over the democracy, it will happen in Liberia. There was no doubt about it. So let George Weah then keep on. Let them keep on. It started already. The next country may not be Liberia. But once it started in Sierra Leone and the president ran and the people took over, it will happen everywhere else. Anywhere else, there is injustice and the failure of the rule of law. So that's my topic on that point. I just giving you a heads up. Giving you a heads up. It happened in Sierra Leone, and the Liberian people see it. The same thing happening in Liberia. The same behavior of the leadership in Sierra Leone is the same thing in Liberia. Liberia is worse. Liberia is worse. It's worse. People talk about the president of Sierra Leone going to Britain, England, for 1 month vacation, taking his whole family on the expense of the government. Can you imagine that? Then it will be going to Broadway show, this kind of show, that kind of movie, all that thing, the people paying for it in Sierra Leone, in an impoverished nation. Can you imagine that, my people? You see how these people hate us? The people we select to lead us are the very people that hate us and want to kill us and making excuses for robbing us and deceiving us and lying to us. But the revolutionary wind is blowing to West Africa again. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. It's too late now. The Liberian people need change. Nothing can change what happened in Liberia now. The same thing what happened in Sierra Leone. Nothing could change it. Nothing could change it. So just take heed and govern yourselves and tie your belts. Okay? That's my lesson on this topic. Let me take a break and I'll be back with my third topic, Dr. Prescod.
Okay, thank you so much. Saki, good afternoon. Yes, the honorable man give extra one more again for practical. But the powerful more, what you experience? Raise your voice, man. We don't hear nothing. Yeah.
I just want to thank you.
Thank you. God bless you for that.
But she won't answer the wrong question. So she can jump.
Why you know that for, please? Yeah, but please talk. You want the phone? I don't do it for, please. Yeah, but watching you. Yeah. Not for my game, you know, 1 more game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you need to learn more and more. I don't want to say, help us favor you, help us give more money, help us enter people to need to do. Amen.
Okay. Good afternoon, student Fatou Brown and Monsu Brown, sorry. No, la papi, old man and two. Please look at me here, please, Monsu Brown. Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, say anything to your daddy want to hear you, I don't know. Just anything. Get appreciation, that's all. I want to hear your view.
Again, Daddy, again, I want to tell you thank you. I appreciate your love. You see what my girl is doing. I don't feel it well, but I appreciate you. Because I love and wish you to know how to bake at least. It make possible at least today. I able to bake my own, form my own, and also give me 1 month. I need to learn more.
Yeah, if you say so, I can testify to you. This morning, I buy a bread this morning. I bought 1 piece of bread for you this morning. It was so fantastic.
May God give you long life that you continue to support us in Africa. In Jesus' name.
Okay, what is the difficulty in your baking? What is the difficulty in finding like material or what
The
thing?
difficulty I find is that the material, there's no material. So when I just want to ask you, like, tomorrow when we finish that, you'll be able to sort out no ovary.
Yes, in case I want to apply to the school after your graduation to be here, after selling, I can give your part down to you. Are you willing?
Well, I'll be happy. I'll be grateful for that.
Are you willing to go to school, right?
Yes, I can do so.
But you come with big and go sell your percentage to be okay. I will employ you for that.
No problem.
All right. Okay. Have a blessed day. Okay.
What people they get sugar? Yeah, you'll be the second person. Just baby. I did my job.
You want recalling you, please? You want recalling you?
Where's someone coming from? They won't start.
Sorry.
So they tell the quad now, they don't underestimate for the one. So we'll be looking for the one. Oh, that one man has someone get you so all the quad name.
You must have asked him.
You want to call him out?
Just
What
dollar
they
name,
arguing
you
with
want.
him?
Yeah, now yeah, they don't know they break.
After I don't want to measure for you. Oh, you cheat all. It's shocking your cafe. But that's two I am here. One of them.
That one I put here.
Baby man, that's what you see. You use the small one. Come for it, small one.
Let me not be more.
The boy who they gave you what they don't have to give up that one. So you can use. I tell you, say what they want, they pushing me.
Give me that one. Oh my God! Why they get up there? Give me that one.
What person can use the one? Because someone can use. Someone got it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my show for today. I'll see you tomorrow morning, and at which time we hope to have our guests with us. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. The Lieutenant Commander, J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson, is out.